So the boiler room transforms into a clean open area, and there's the supply header and the return manifold, water heater of course, the flue thimble to the chimney, and there's a pit. And as you notice, this recessed area is much bigger. This used to be a drain pit for the old boiler, and the base of the coal-fired dry base boiler was right there where this electrical cord goes through, and that was insulating fire brick and vermiculite combination to insulate the floor. But as you can see, all around that pit, the floor is all cracked. That would have been from extensive heat emanating through that insulation into the floor and weakening it. And of course, with the weight of the boiler we just removed on top of lightweight fire brick, the base of the floor, concrete and the dirt underneath, started to erode away and weakened it further still. And so this is the result. And in there is our pit. And it is full of water and vermiculite and fire brick, and it doesn't matter. That pit was constructed so that when the old behemoth coal-fired boiler sprung a leak, it would leak directly into that pit rather than flooding out the cellar. That would make a dirty, muddy mess. They knew it, so they built this with a pit right next to it when they built the house. Way back when. Some old radiators they took out of the house. Rooms they didn't need to insulate anymore as the need changed, the usage of the house changed. There's the old oil lines right down there. Two-pipe system, meaning there was a buried tank somewhere outdoors. So the heating system went from coal-fired to oil-fired to power gas-fired. Then the boiler was changed, the old coal boiler was changed and replaced with the Weil-McLean we just took out that they put in 1983. And we're putting in another Weil-McLean because that seems to be the most available boiler. Although that could change because we may put two boilers in now, separate out the apartment zone or zones. There are 3 small apartments in the back of this building, and it looks like this pipe right here. This one with this loose asbestos. Of course, that's all asbestos. And there's a union buried in asbestos, and this pipe goes all the way down here. And my light is stuck. And it goes down there, and we're going to separate that sucker. Here it comes. This pipe right up here. Right in here. We're going to cap this off, and we're going to pick it up off the high vent, the return vent on this pipe. This is the return for the front part of the house. And as you can see, that pipe continues down in there, and I believe it goes to the apartment zones. And here's the return from the apartment zones right here. Coming back from that crawl space. Going right back down to the boiler, through that room. And then it goes through this other room right here with the lock on the door. But we can see in that room through this window right over here. And the lower pipe in the front is the return from that zone, comes right through the wall right here. Right back down to the right return leg right there. So we're going to separate that out and make it go into 2 different boilers. So there's extensive work here, minimum $12,000 cost of materials and $85 an hour labor. Over and out.